Hi everyone, so I'm here with Uwe. He's the filmmaker behind the Radicalization of Jeff Boyd. Been nominated at our festival in Valencia. Congratulations, welcome.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you.
Lovely to meet you again. And here in this fabulous city, of course.
Yes, beautiful.
Oh, it is beautiful. It's absolutely incredible. It really is. The same question. It's a quick synopsis of the story, please.
Yeah, it's a short synopsis. It's like it's a businessman who meets a young woman, and they want to change the world. Before they meet, they are both in a very delicate state. So he lost his job, and before that he was investing. He's been investing with money, which doesn't go too well. So they meet and they want to change the world, and so they come up with a really crazy idea. And I think that's too much of a spoiler. If I say that.
No, spoiler alert. So stop that. Yeah. I know we've spoken before, but can you tell me a little bit about yourself and your background and how you arrived at being a filmmaker?
Yeah, I'm a first-time filmmaker. I've been involved in a few smaller productions before that.
Because this has won loads of awards, we should point out. It's won a lot of awards. It's been nominated at a lot of festivals.
Yeah, it's been around already. I mean, you never can expect that, especially when it's your first film. And I had so many hats on. I started with this project I started with writing it. Yeah. It took me a few weeks. After that, I just thought, I might need some actors, so I placed an ad.
Oh God, we've got to film it now. Yeah.
So and then it kicked off, and just one step after the other. We filmed it. After that, I edited it too, and it came out obviously not too bad.
It's done really well. So, you said you were involved a little bit in films, but then suddenly you decided, now I want to do my own thing?
I'm an actor, so I've been studying acting a lot.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to become better and better. And I thought, it's probably not that easy, to get into big production as an actor. So I thought, why not combine it and kind of showcase it, but more than that, it needs a story about it. But I just wanted to have all my experience. Actually, I'm a little bit of a senior, obviously. So yeah, we too.
Look at me, yeah.
Yeah, and so I wanted to put a lot of my experience into an art product, so to speak. That was my aim.
And it's a great film. It's a great performance, and it's surprising as it's your first feature. And of course, you did bring all the elements together to pull this out of the bag, really, didn't you? So I'm not really asking a question, but I guess I am asking, which is, the nerves, the investment, not necessarily even financial or just financial, but also just, the fact that you've managed to, it must have been a nervy experience doing this, because you're not sure if it's going to work out, are you? To be fair, you don't know. You've got a script, you've got the shoot, the cast and the crew, you're about to shoot it, but you must have been like sleepless nights.
Yeah, sleepless nights with working. I have a day job, that's how I finance my film, in a regular office. I got home after 7-8 hours on a computer, and that's now talking about post-production, editing. Then I got back to another 10 hours, so I slept for a month, only like 4, 5, 6 hours, or sometimes even less, and about 15 hours a day on the computer. But if I knew that...
What you know now?
Yeah, if you knew the workload, but and you have to keep just doing it, yeah.
Yeah, well, this thing, I've always said that for me, filmmaking is such a hard thing to do. You have to be so dedicated and passionate about it, and I think, and driven, because if you're not going to work, it's not going to happen, is it? Because you know how tough it is, and it is really, really tough.
Yeah, you would lose oversight if you have no drive or a direction forward, no vision. You lose, you get sloppy, or you lose focus, I think. And so I actually always knew, okay, I'm really behind that whole project, and otherwise it wouldn't have been possible to finish it, because maybe you say, okay, let's wait another 3 months, and it's not. Yeah, it just really pushed it through, and people around me felt that too, by the way.
Absolutely. And so all the hats you're wearing in this, because let's be honest, it's your film, you're acting it as well. adds another layer of complication to it, I guess, because you're basically pulling a film together and acting, which I always think is a really tough thing to do, because effectively you're acting and calling the shots at the same time, and that must be tricky.
I heard that many times, but I got a great quote from Orson Welles. He was interviewed about that, and he said
he started at the top and slipped down, didn't he? I always think. Well, that's always my opinion. He started with Citizen Kane, then the Magnificent Ambersons, and ended up making adverts for Sherry. It just.
Yeah, but I mean, still the films he did in the 70s.
Oh, it was incredible.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's incredible.
And he said, would it affected you if you're acting? Also, talking about him now, not me. And he said no, he wouldn't. And I also heard it from other actors who said it. I also never thought. A few people told me, no, maybe you would have been better. Could have been, but other people say, it's like you don't really know the truth about that.
Yeah, and also I think, again, my personal opinion is,
it's fun too.
Of course it's fun, but we shouldn't shy away from the fact it's very hard work, because I wasn't there on the shoot, but I bet it was long days.
Yes.
Of course it is, because that filmmaking is, and I think it is a hard process, and of course it's fun, and it must be wonderful to see the finished article. Yeah. But I wonder, when you have commentary. I wouldn't make commentary on film, those kind of things, because I've never actually lived it. I've never made a film. So it's very difficult for me to pass any kind of judgment like that, to say, well, maybe if you hadn't acted. Because the truth is, you need to go through the slog to know, you need to live it.
Yeah, it's probably both ways. It's probably very difficult, but on the other hand, it's you don't think about it, It's like acting, you don't think about it, you just do it. And that's what I did. I just did it, and people around me, they were helpful, there was camera and there was sound, and not Hollywood-like, but we tried to.
No. No, but that's interesting. I'll pick up on a couple of points here. So, was the film wasn't shot in Switzerland, was it?
Yeah, it was shot in my flat.
Oh no, that internal I'm talking about. So the externals.
The external, we had some like the beginning, the end scene was shot in LA.
Yeah.
In a nice patio from a nice house. Yeah. And we had some, obviously, also the river was in Zurich, and there were. I did a scene in London even.
Oh.
In a hotel. There was anyway, and Berlin. We did also some shots, so it's very
multi-country.
Yeah.
And I'm struggling in terms of. We see lots of German films, lots of French, Italian, Belgian, Dutch. It's hard to recall seeing many Swiss films, so I'd really like to know what's the Swiss film industry like? Is it supportive or non-existent?
Yeah, it's picking up, but it's probably different. Like Switzerland is always a little bit different,
Yeah.
And so I think you have to be at the right place where they can be very supportive. I didn't feel that much, or I obviously I also didn't care about it. I didn't talk to, for permits and thing, because when you need a permit, it's like.
Let's not talk about. I think he means he did get a permit. If anyone's watching,
it just takes a lot of time.
It
takes a few. Just need to be patient. Then you get every permit. I got some permits. Some were very fast. You pay $100 and you can shoot in a really beautiful park.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but. It's. Yeah, my network in Switzerland is not very big, so I'm a self-made inventor almost. And,
okay.
And I have friends all over in England and America, also many there too. Obviously in Switzerland too, but I have I'm more multi-country networking kind of guy, and not too local.
Oh,
so,
I see. So hence the German. The London, LA, and Switzerland in terms of the shoot. Okay, I guess that because I'm with you now. So perhaps you can give us a sense of pulling the whole project together in terms of when you've got the idea and the concept, and you're coming up with a script. You've got to get the actors and the crew together. It's not a 5-minute job, is it? It's going to be a complex job. So let's start with Let's start with, I don't know, were you the cinematographer on this?
Two.
You were, weren't you?
It's Brian Pincus and me.
Right.
But I mean, on the set, he was it. But
So how did you find him, for instance?
he was the first guy who answered the ad.
It was that simple.
And he's a Florida guy. He used to be a pro or an almost pro in the NBA. So and I knew he's a good guy, you know. You know, mentally. And so and then I met him, and then he said, you know, he can. He said, I can do everything. I can do camera, I can act, I can do, and that's what I was actually looking for too. Also, you know, to have somebody who can work.
And was there any point, because we've all got demons, we always worry that we've not made the right decision in things in life, right? Was there any point either before, during or after the shoot you thought either this is too much, or I wish I hadn't done it, or I wish I'd have done it differently? Were there cold sweat moments? Were you pretty happy with the way it all went?
Yeah, I was. Sometimes maybe I wished I had more professional gear to make it easier. So I had to correct a lot on my computer. But it's more the technical stuff, yeah. And
it's not bad effort for the first film you. I mean, it's very, very good.
I had a sweat when I mean, I told that many times. You know, we had the showdown scene.
Yeah, the guns.
There was a guy on the patio walking around for hours, waiting for his scene. But the neighbor was faster, so the neighbor called the police because they were thinking somebody is gonna burglar our flat because it was.
He had a gun. He had a fake gun.
He had a gun in his hand all the time. And then the SWAT team came in with about 6-7 people.
We're like, stop the war. Hands up.
Get down. Everything shut down. And then we did. Then, what is this? The sound? And didn't I tell you? You got to shut off the sound. And said, oh, sorry, because the sound guy wanted to be smart. He wanted to have a recording.
And they said turn that off.
Yeah, and then he said, and then it took some time because you know it was pretty fun.
Christ, I'll be shitting myself.
You know, Wendy was lying on the floor with blood all over here.
Oh no, my
But
God.
Obviously, when there were cameras. I said, you know, you see cameras, no problem. We are filming, and yeah.
Oh God.
Fun but tragic too, because you know it's dangerous. Yeah.
Get the permits.
Yeah.
Because I assume the police would have been told then, I guess.
He was actually, considering all the hustle and everything, he was pretty cool. He said, you know, next time you call me. And I did that with another scene 3 weeks later, and I said, I knew you'd call me again. And said,
Did
okay.
he?
Yeah, there was like a fighting scene somewhere in the woods. I was in the woods, on the bridge, you know.
So, just finally, how do you follow this? Because it's a thriller, it's got guns, it's got girls, it's got drama. You know, it's for a first effort. Most people aren't going to do this, right? Most people are going to build up to this, but you're kind of starting it there. So how are you going to? How can you jump to something next from this?
I've been brainstorming for my next project. Actually, I knew already for a month actually where I'm going to go.
A feature?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
don't give too much away if you don't want to. It's fine.
It's what I say is it's going to could be kind of a sequel, but completely different. As it's not like just maybe a few references. I think I can say that. But anyway, it's going to be really different, and some good ideas.
You're choosing your words carefully. Don't worry. Look, Uwe, you know I love your film, and I really respect what you've done. Well done.
Appreciate it a lot. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Fantastic.